starting and stopping the application server. To start the application server, open a terminal window or command prompt and execute the following. Admin start domain, verbose domain 1. A domain is a set of one or more application server instances managed by one administration server. Associated with a domain are the following. The application server's port number. The default is 8080. The administration server's port number. The default is 4848. An administration username and password. You specify these values when you install the application server. The examples in this tutorial assume that you chose the default ports. With no arguments, the start domain command initiates the default domain, which is domain 1. The verbose flag causes all logging and debugging output to appear on the terminal window or command prompt. It will also go into the server log, which is located in JVM Home, Domains, Domain 1, Logs, Server, Log, or, on Windows, you can choose Program Sun Microsystems Application Server P Start Default Server. After the server has completed its startup sequence, you will see the following output. Domain 1 started. To stop the application server, open a terminal window or command prompt and execute admin stop domain 1 or, on Windows, choose Program Sun Microsystems Application Server P Stop Default Server. When the server has stopped, you will see the following output. Domain 1 stopped. Starting the admin console. To administer the application server and manage users, resources, and Java.EE applications, use the admin console tool. The application server must be running before you invoke the admin console. To start the admin console, open a browser at the following URL. http localhost 4848 admin. On Windows, from the Start menu, choose Program Sun Microsystems Application Server PE Admin Console. Starting and stopping the Java.EE database server. The application server includes the Java.EE database. To start the Java.EE database server, open a terminal window or command prompt and execute admin start database. On Windows, from the Start menu, choose Program Sun Microsystem Application Server P Start Java.EE. To stop the Java.EE server, open a terminal window or command prompt and execute admin stop database. On Windows, from the Start menu, choose Program Sun Microsystems Application Server P Stop Java.EE. For information about the Java.EE database included with the application server, see the Apache Derby project website at http://db/apache.org. Derby. Debugging Java.EE applications. This section describes how to determine what is causing an error in your application deployment or execution. Using the server log. One way to debug applications is to look at the server log in JVM Home, Domains, Domain 1, Logs, Server, Log. The log contains output from the application server in your applications. You can log messages from any Java class in your application with system out. Print all in the Java logging APIs documented at http Java Sun com J2EE 1.5.0 docs guide logging index HTML and from web components with the servlet context log method. If you start the application server with a verbose flag, all logging and debugging output will appear on the terminal window or command prompt in the server log. If you start the application server in the background, debugging information is only available in the log. You can view the server log with a text editor or with the admin console log viewer. To use the log viewer, 1. Select the application server node. 2. Select the logging tab. 3. Click the Open Log Viewer button. The log viewer will open and display the last 40 entries. If you wish to display other entries, 1. Click the Modify Search button. 2. Specify any constraints on the entries you want to see. 3. Click the Search button at the bottom of the log viewer, using a debugger. The application server supports the Java Platform Debugger Architecture JPDA. With JPDA, you can configure the application server to communicate debugging information using a socket. To debug an application using a debugger. 1. Enable debugging in the application server using the admin console. A. Select the application server node. B. Select the JVM Settings tab. The default debug options are set to XTABUGXRUNJDWP. Transport equal DT socket, server equal Y, suspend equal N, address equal 9009. As you can see, the default debugger socket port is 9009. You can change it to a port not in use by the application server or another service. C. Check the enabled box of the debug field. D. Click the Save button. 2. Stop the application server and then restart it.